The year is 1905. A young man in a wrinkled suit, working as a clerk in a dusty patent office in Bern, Switzerland, scribbles equations on scraps of paper. He is nobody to the world, an underpaid bureaucrat, a rejected academic, a man considered a failure by his teachers. Yet, within that quiet room, he is about to rewrite the laws of the universe. His name? Albert Einstein. But how did this unassuming boy, once mocked by his teachers, become the most celebrated scientist in history? How did he endure failures, loneliness, and rejection, only to rise with discoveries that shattered centuries of scientific thought? This is not just the story of a genius, it is the story of a rebel mind who dared to question reality itself. Albert Einstein was born in 1879 in Ulm, Germany, to a middle-class Jewish family.
Chai, this is Albert Einstein. It's story about my life.
Contrary to the myths, he wasn't a bad student, but he was different. Slow to speak, lost in thought, often distracted. At the age of 5, when his father handed him a small compass, Albert stared at the moving needle in awe. Something invisible, something mysterious, was forcing it to move. That silent force would haunt his imagination for years. The late 19th century was a time of scientific confidence. Newton's mechanics seemed unshakable. Electricity and magnetism had found their mathematical home in Maxwell's equations. Yet, something didn't add up. Light refused to behave like ordinary matter. This tension in physics would eventually become Einstein's playground. But before he could enter the stage of history, he had to survive rejection. Einstein's school years were far from glorious. Teachers found him defiant, unwilling to memorize. He once boldly declared, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." That attitude cost him. At 16, he failed the entrance exam for the Polytechnic in Zurich. His marks in physics and math were brilliant, but he stumbled in languages and history. After finally gaining admission a year later, Einstein's professors remained unimpressed. They saw him as lazy, often skipping lectures to read Maxwell and Boltzmann on his own. When he graduated in 1900, he couldn't land a teaching job. Even his professors refused to recommend him. With bills piling up, he took a job at the Swiss Patent Office, evaluating inventions. It seemed like failure. Yet it was here, in obscurity, that his mind roamed freely. In 1905, Einstein published 4 papers that would change science forever. The first explained the photoelectric effect, proving that light behaves as particles, quanta of energy. This discovery would later earn him the Nobel Prize. The second paper tackled Brownian motion, showing how the random dance of particles in liquid proved the existence of atoms, something many still doubted. The third introduced special relativity, declaring that space and time are not absolute. They bend and twist with motion. The fourth presented the most famous equation in history, E equals mc squared. Mass and energy are interchangeable. That year, the unknown patent clerk became a revolutionary voice. Einstein, excited, whisper,
"Time itself is not fixed. It bends, it stretches."
He leans back, staring at the ceiling, as if he just touched the fabric of reality. By 1915, Einstein unveiled his magnum opus, the general theory of relativity. It redefined gravity not as a force, but as the warping of space-time itself. Massive objects like stars curve the very fabric of the cosmos, guiding the motion of planets and light. His theory faced skepticism. But in 1919, during a solar eclipse, British astronomer Sir Arthur Eddington observed starlight bending around the sun exactly as Einstein predicted. Overnight, Einstein became a global celebrity. His wild hair and gentle smile splashed across newspapers. Einstein was not immune to failure. He spent years chasing a unified field theory, trying to merge gravity with electromagnetism. He never succeeded. Critics accused him of being detached from modern quantum mechanics, a field he himself helped create. Worse, history pulled him into darker arenas. As Hitler rose to power, Einstein fled to the United States. In 1939, he co-signed a letter warning President Roosevelt of Nazi Germany's nuclear ambitions. This letter indirectly led to the Manhattan Project and the creation of the atomic bomb. Though Einstein never worked on the bomb itself, he carried the guilt. He would later say, "Had I known, I would not have lifted a finger." Not everyone worshipped Einstein. Some physicists dismissed him as outdated. Quantum mechanics pioneers like Niels Bohr argued Einstein was clinging to determinism, unwilling to accept randomness at the core of nature.
God does not play dice with the universe.
Stop telling God what to do.
This clash of philosophies echoed for decades, shaping the course of modern physics. Albert Einstein died in 1955, leaving behind more than equations. He left a way of thinking, a reminder that imagination can pierce deeper than dogma, that failure can birth revolutions, and that the universe is stranger than we can ever imagine. From a boy mesmerized by a compass needle, to a patent clerk dreaming of time and light, to the scientist who redefined reality itself, Einstein's journey is proof that genius is not born from perfection, but from curiosity, persistence, and daring to be different. When we gaze at the stars, or harness the power of atoms, or navigate space-time with satellites, we are still living in Einstein's universe.